Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami. Friends, we are going to study the very words of the Buddha. Let us all study, investigate, and practice the real words of the Buddha. The real words of the Buddha is the rare thing to understand. Buddha once said, birth as a human is a rare opportunity. We got that wonderful opportunity. Leading this life as a human itself is a rare opportunity. Because people are born. There are humans, though they are not really like humans. They are like inhumans. Like beast, behaving like beast, though having this human body. That is why he said that leading a life as a human itself a rare opportunity, rare thing. At the same time, Buddha said, listening to the real words of the Buddha, the very words of the Buddha itself is a rare opportunity. And finally said, birth of the Buddhas itself is a rare opportunity. These are 4 rare opportunities. We got these wonderful opportunities. 4 opportunities. We have to use this opportunity. We have to take the maximum benefit of this opportunity. That is why we want to understand this Dhamma and practice accordingly. Tonight we are going to study another special discourse from the connected discourses of the Buddha. The name of the discourse is In Clinging. In clinging. If we cling to things, what will happen? This is our weekly Dhamma talk. Talk number 61. Every Thursday from 7 to 8:30 New York time, we meet and discuss the Dhamma and practice the Dhamma. Our topic, the palatable, acceptable, easy to understand in topic is what is clinging. What is clinging? This is based on a particular discourse from the connected discourses of the Buddha. Chapter 22, the discourse number 63. Friends, this chapter 22 is a wonderful chapter. Dhamma, real words of the Buddha on 5 aggregates. Buddha has clearly mentioned what are the 5 aggregates. 5 aggregates. 5 aggregates are to be understood clearly, properly, correctly, without any mistake, without any misunderstanding. If you miss 5 aggregates, you missed whole Dhamma. Whole Dhamma. Because whole teaching, the whole teaching of the Buddha is very well connected, like a net, interconnected, interlinked. That is why we have to understand 5 aggregates properly, clearly. Let's understand this short discourse and understand how to practice. Thus have I heard. That is how Venerable Ananda said at the first council, when he was questioned by Venerable Mahakassapa, the president of the council. Venerable Sariputta revealed what the Buddha said. So that's why he said, thus have I heard, means this is how I heard. On one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling at Savatthi in Jeta's Grove, Anathapindika's park. Then a certain bhikkhu, a certain monk, approached the Blessed One, paid homage to him, and sat down to one side and said to the Buddha. That is the background of the discourse. It is not the word of the Buddha. It is the history, is the background. Now, this particular monk went to the Buddha and respected the Buddha and sat aside. Then he said, Venerable Sir, it would be good if the Blessed One would teach me the Dhamma in brief. Dhamma, when you talk about Dhamma, talk about the word of the Buddha, there are lots of discourses. There are more than 18,000 discourses. But friends, you don't want to study all these discourses. We want to understand only little thing. We want to understand only little things. If we understand Dhamma clearly with a simple praise, if we can apply it correctly, properly, with wise attention, we can understand this Dhamma, we can realize this Dhamma. We don't want to recite, we don't want to memorize all these teachings. As monastic, we have to do this, we have to study this, because we have to bring this peaceful message of the Buddha to the people. It is our duty as monastic, we have to share this Dhamma with our friends, good friends, good friends, wise friends, who really want to know this Dhamma. That is why we study this. We are not just like parrot. We not simply chant, not simply recite, but we practice. Without practicing, we cannot talk in this manner. Since we put the Dhamma into practice, we can talk about this. So this Bhante, this venerable, this monk went to the Buddha and said, because he's quite old person, that is why he was a quite old person. He said, Venerable Sir, it would be good if the Blessed One would teach me the Dhamma in brief, so that having heard the Dhamma from the Blessed One, I might dwell alone, withdrawn, diligent, ardent and resolute. That was his request. He wanted to know the Dhamma in brief. So the Buddha taught him in brief. So this is the only Dhamma he taught. The Buddha said, Bhikkhu, in clinging, one is bound by Mara. By not clinging, one is freed from the evil one. Evil one means Mara. That's it. That's the teaching of the Buddha. If you cling, in other words, if I simplified it, if you cling to anything, you are bound. You are bound by Mara. If you do not cling to anything, you are freed. That is the teaching. That is the message. That is the way that the Buddha taught him. So, this is it. This is the only message we also have to take. Not many different books, perusal of books, not necessary. If we can take this into our mind and practice accordingly, we also can experience the same thing. If we cling to anything, we are bound. We are bound by Mara. Mara means death. You are going to die. If you are going to die as a worldling, as a worldly person, then you will have to be born again. Because of your inclination, because of your clinging, attachment, grasping. If you do not cling to anything, you are free. That is the message. Then what happened to this venerable? He said, understood Blessed One, understood Fortunate One. He understood. When the Buddha said this, he understood. Oh, if I do not cling to anything, if I cling to anything, I will be bound by Mara. If I do not cling to anything, I will be free. That is how he understood it. That's why he said, understood Bhante, understood Bhante. Then the Buddha questioned him, in what way, bhikkhu? In what way, bhikkhu, do you understand in detail the meaning of what was stated by me in brief? Buddha questioned him. How did you understand what I said? He said, no, not the Buddha. Not the Buddha. Now this monk is explaining the meaning of it. In clinging to form, Venerable Sir, one is bound by Mara. By not clinging to form, one is freed from the evil one. Evil one means again Mara, death, defilement. So the problem is clinging to friends. Clinging, we have to understand clearly. Clinging means not clinging to these external things. Clinging to external thing itself is quite difficult to manage. Clinging to external material things is one thing, because there are 4 different kinds of clinging. First we have to understand that. What are the 4 kinds of clinging? We have clinging to sensual pleasures. People are clinging to sensual pleasures. That is one type of clinging. Clinging to sensual pleasures. Then people cling to different views. That is the second kind. Clinging to views. Then clinging to rules and rituals, vows. Then clinging to the doctrine of self. These are 4 kinds of clinging. Whatever the clinging is wrong. Though we have to understand clearly, clinging to 5 aggregates is the worst case. Is the worst case. Because Buddha clearly said, clinging to 5 aggregates is dukkha, unsatisfactoriness, dissatisfaction, discomfort, distress, stress, whatever you call it. Whatever you call it. It is because of clinging to 5 aggregates. That is the problem. Not clinging to this, that, many different things outside. It is true that we have sort of attachment to things. Attachment, grasping and clinging are 3 different levels of clinging. First we attach to things. We have attachment. It is true. As lay persons, you all have attachment to your family. You have attachment to your spouse, your husband or your wife. You have attachment to your children. You have attachment to your parents. Not only you. We monks also have the same attachment, which is attachment to parents. Still I couldn't cut off that attachment. I also have that attachment to my mother. I feel that is the attachment I have. We don't want to attach to other things. We have to try to cut off attachment. But attachment is the first level of attachment, first level of clinging. That is, you attach to certain things. Like you hold, like say for instance this bottle. We attached. That is our attachment. We simply hold it. Simply holding it is all right. We have to have such things. In our daily life, we have such attachment. You have attachment to your car. You have attachment to your home. You have attachment to different things at home. It's true. But try reduce it. Reduce attachment. The way that you are reducing it, you can experience peacefulness. So attachment is one thing. The second step of clinging is grasping. You grasp it, you hold it and grasp it. Grasp it and then you cling to it. You cling to it as you want to keep it. This as mine. That is the problem. This is mine. You are mine. You embrace the person. You embrace your kid. You embrace your husband as you are mine. You embrace your wife as you are mine. That is the problem. That is where you have intense craving, advanced, intense craving. Craving arises attachment arises because of craving. Buddha said, attachment arises because of craving. Tanha pachya upadana. Pachya means because of. Because of craving. Craving means holding, grasping as mine. Mine, me, myself, not only mine. Mine, me, myself. Three different stages there. So this Bhante said, this Venerable said, explained how he understood. In clinging to form, Venerable Sir, one is bound by Mara. By not clinging to form, one is freed from the evil one. Further he said, in clinging to feeling, Venerable Sir, one is bound by Mara. By not clinging to feeling, one is freed from the evil one. In clinging to perception, Venerable Sir, one is bound by Mara. By not clinging to perception, one is freed from the evil one. In clinging to volitional formations, Venerable Sir, one is bound by Mara. By not clinging to them, one is freed from the evil one. In clinging to consciousness, one is bound by Mara. By not clinging to consciousness, one is freed from the evil one, from Mara. It is in such a way, Venerable Sir, that I understood in detail the meaning of what was stated by the Blessed One in brief. Now the Buddha proceeded. Buddha said, good bhikkhu. It is good that you understand in detail the meaning of what was stated by me in brief. Clinging to form, bhikkhu, one is bound by Mara. By not clinging to it, one is freed from the evil one. In clinging to feeling, bhikkhu, one is bound by Mara. By not clinging to it, one is freed from the evil one. In clinging to perception, bhikkhu, one is bound by Mara. By not clinging to it, one is freed from the evil one. In clinging to volitional formations, bhikkhu, one is bound by Mara. By not clinging to form, one is freed from evil one. In clinging to consciousness, bhikkhu, one is bound by Mara. By not clinging to it, one is freed from the evil one. It is in such a way that the meaning of what was stated by me in brief should be understood in detail, the Buddha said. Then that bhikkhu, having delighted and rejoiced in the Blessed One's words, rose from his seat, and after paying homage to the Blessed One, keeping him on his right, he departed. That bhikkhu departed. Then dwelling alone, now he understood what is to be done. In brief, if I cling to form, that is how he understood. If I cling to form, form means, friends, not the things, not form outside. Forms what we call created by or formed with the support of four elements. Those are external things. Those are external forms. In this case, in the case of five aggregates, form means not these physical things, but mental. The form is the picture that you take from the external object. You take a picture, image, a reflection. That reflection is there in your eye. That is using your eye with the support of light. You take a picture. That is what is called form. It is inside. Not only through your eyes. You take pictures, such forms, to your ears, to your nose, to your tongue, to your body, and to your mind. You see, there are six classes of form. Not only one form. So then, he understood this. If I cling to this form in the eye, form in the ear, form in the nose, form in the tongue, form in the body, form in the mind, then I am bound. So, dwelling alone, now he went away to practice, put the Dhamma into practice. Dwelling alone, withdrawn from other things. Diligent, ardent, and resolute, with a firm determination. That bhikkhu, by realizing it for himself with direct knowledge, as he got this knowledge, he started to practice. Then through his direct knowledge, he realized this. not only mere understanding, sheer understanding. In this way, in this very life, entered and dwell in that unsurpassed goal of the holy life, for the sake of which clansmen rightly go forth from the household life into homelessness. He directly knew. He directly knew what? He directly knew destroy his birth. He destroyed his birth. No more birth. That's the meaning. No more birth. This is the last birth. For him, the one who attained full enlightenment. Now he is the enlightened one. That is why he realized that destroyed his birth. No more birth for me. The holy life has been lived. What had to be done has been done. There is no more for this state of being. No more to done. No more things to be done. And that bhikkhu became one of the arahants. Arahants when they become arahants, they declare what happened. The quality of the arahant is given in a special discourse from the Majjhima Nikaya, middle length teachings of the Buddha. The name of that discourse is Satchaka, to Satchaka. Where Satchaka, the debater, came to the Buddha and asked Master Gotama, in what way is a bhikkhu an arahant with taints destroyed? Arahant means he has cut off. He has destroyed all taints. Taints means the most subtle forms of defilements. He has completely destroyed, eradicated, exterminated, obliterated all defilements. So his question is, Satchaka's question, Satchaka the debater, he went to the Buddha and asked, Master Gotama, in what way is a bhikkhu an arahant with taints destroyed, one who has lived the holy life, done what had to be done, laid down the burden, reached the true goal, destroyed the fetters of being, and is completely liberated through final knowledge. So he wanted to understand the nature of the arahant. The Buddha said, here Agvesana. Agvesana is how the Buddha addressed him, this debater, Satchaka. Buddha said, here Agvesana, any kind of material form. Friends, I want to tell you here, this translation is wrong. Material form. It's a misunderstanding. Buddha has never used the term material. Buddha simply used in Pali, his original teaching, in Pali, the Buddha used the term only form. But the translator added this word, which is misleading, misguiding. That is the problem. That is how we got this misunderstanding of the five aggregates. Please understand that. Translator always used this word, material form. But Buddha did not say material form. Buddha used rupa. Rupa means not necessarily material form. There are immaterial forms as well. Say for instance like hungry ghost, devas, brahmas, they have no material forms. They have form. All beings have forms. So, whatever, here arguation, any kind of form, whatever, whether past, future or present, internal or external, gross or subtle, inferior or superior, far or near. A bhikkhu has seen all such forms as it actually is with proper wisdom thus. One has to, the bhikkhu means the practitioner, the meditator has to understand, has to realize this form as this is not mine. But what happens, naturally what happens, we grasp them, cling to them as mine, me and myself. It is the wrong way. It's the wrong way. The Buddha said he should understand in this way. What is the way? This is not mine. This I am not. This is not myself. And through not clinging, if we have that mentality as this is not mine, not me, not myself, we have no clinging. Through not clinging, he is liberated. And any kind of feeling like form, any kind of perception, any kind of volitional formations, any kind of consciousness, all five aggregates. Five aggregates. Any kind of five aggregates. He has to understand. And then with that he destroyed taints and he becomes taint free. He understands that he has lived the holy life, done what had to be done. When a bhikkhu's mind is thus liberated, when the mind is liberated, you see, not the person is liberated, the mind is liberated. Not this body, but the mind. When the mind is liberated, he possesses three unsurpassable qualities. What are the three? Unsurpassable vision, unsurpassable practice of the way, and unsurpassable deliverance. When a bhikkhu is thus liberated, Buddha further said, whenever a practitioner is practicing and realizing in this manner, he still honors, reveres, and venerates the Tathagata. Tathagata means the Buddha. How does he or she respect, revere, honor, venerates the Buddha? They venerate the Buddha, saying the Blessed One is enlightened and he teaches the Dhamma for the sake of enlightenment. That is the nature of the Buddha. The Blessed One is tamed Blessed One is tamed and he teaches the Dhamma for taming oneself. The Blessed One is at peace and he teaches the Dhamma for the sake of peace. The Blessed One has crossed over and he teaches the Dhamma for crossing over. The Blessed One has attained Nibbana, the full bliss, and he teaches the Dhamma for attaining Nibbana, the highest bliss. Friends, in this manner, the enlightened ones appreciate as they are delighted, they are pacified with this Dhamma, they appreciate the Buddha's teaching, they accept, they trust the Buddha in such a way. So, this is how we have to understand these wonderful teachings of the Buddha. Tonight, we discussed about this discourse. The name of the discourse is In Clinging. If we cling to anything, we have to suffer. If we do not cling to, we don't want to suffer. That is the theory. That is the realization when we practice. So let's try. Let's try not to cling to anything, not to attach to anything, not to grasp anything, not to cling to anything. If we do not cling, we can realize this. We can live happily, peacefully, and we can one day we can close eyes peacefully. May we realize this wonderful teachings of the Buddha. May we all realize that real peace, real happiness of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you. You want to ask any question? Well, if you have no particular question, we can stop. Let's share merit with the departed ones and the devas. May all the deities rejoice this merit. May all our dearly departed relatives rejoice this merit. May we all attain perpetual bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhante. Thank you,
Thank you. Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Thank you, Bhante. Good night.